Well, there's a lot of talk about this tipping point. And, when you can see a completely different picture than what everybody else sees, it's like one massive comedy show. The comedy is people that are on this internet saying, here's the truth. We all got to know the truth. And you don't even know what truth is yet. And then you find out that most people that are really pushing the truth, that are getting high volume and lots of interest, it's all bullshit. They are all after the money. Just follow the money. Are they getting paid? That's why I take a vow of poverty. Because I ain't doing this for the money. I'm doing this for selfish reasons because I'd like my planet a little healthier, and that takes a little bit of information that needs to be free. I do not censor my channel at all. You can make whatever comment you want to make, and I try to communicate with those that post back. Generally, people that are, spreading truth, you can't have a conversation with them if you disagree. If you see a flaw within their logic, they block you and think that you're spamming or whatever. And so that tells me who's telling the truth. They don't have the courage to have a conversation, a logical, peaceful conversation. Generally, anybody that gets into name calling don't know the truth yet. They're still way too consumed with anger that they'll never ever see the truth through anger. There are two shows channels that I've been in the past watching that I knew was bullshit, and was getting a lot of attention. And one of them is Freedomizer Radio. And it's just ironic how the bullshit is unfolding. There's another channel, George for title or whatever, I don't know what his name was. He's out of California, and he's like gonna save ya how to survive the recession, which I think he soon learned that it's going to be a depression. But he was making a ton of money spreading the bullshit, and yet historically he was making what he thought was popular videos when he was trying to get rid of homeless people. So then he switches his game. He listens to what you want to hear and just tells you what you want to hear. And if you're in fear, he'll give you a reason to be in fear. If you want bullshit, he'll tell you bullshit. And now that George guy, I guess, decided to give up the money because too many people have been complaining that he's in it for the money. A lot of other people were starting to see it, I guess, so he thought, oh, I'm not going to make any money this way because they're starting to get a little smart. So now I'm going to be just like one of them. Trust, he's going to try and make some money off of it. And the guy admitted he just likes doing film. He just likes telling stories. He's just a storyteller and doesn't care whether the story is true. The other one that I get a really big kick out is this cul-de-sac girl who's really talking about the Palladians and aliens, and she's the mother. This is one video I just got a real kick out of. She's the mother of the whole entire universe, and she's out here to protect all of us, and yet she's angry as fuck and wants to kill people. She's got way too much anger, way too much fear, and she's definitely at war. So she can't even see the evil within inside her yet. And one video I watched of her, last night I watched a few of her just for shits and giggles because it was pretty funny. But she's asking for money. They always are. Occasionally I do, but I don't want it. I'm telling you, if you don't have any money, do not send any money. And by no means, the only thing that I'd be concerned about is the cost of this website. It's going to need a server, but it's only $4 a year or every month, so I think I can probably manage that one. And but it's the cost. I've had to get a second computer and an internet. Like, my bill is a little over $100 a month to do this. And that's the only concern I have, is just that $100. Other than that, you know, the universe is providing for me. So I don't need any money, and I don't want to be the guy that gets rich off this. I don't want to be the leader, because leaders tend to get corrupt. So, but anyways, watching this girl show, she's asking for money and she's saying that she's broke. And in the same video that she's saying how broke she is, she's showing a picture. She's bragging about her house, and it's a fucking wealthy house. This girl is wealthy. This girl is far, far from broke. And on top of it, it's like she strips. You know, like, she's into nudity and pornography, and says she's the mother of the universe, and that, you know, sex should be, you know, enjoyed, taken advantage of, and, you know, demeaning, and everything that's so freaking negative about what she's doing, she says is the right thing to be doing. It's really, really humorous. I mean, if she can't even see that she's not broke. And she's also admitted that she's been deceived. So if you're the mother of the universe, how the hell can you get deceived? It just doesn't make any sense. And you know, as a mom, if I was the mother of the universe, I sure as hell wouldn't be angry. You know, like, if I seen my kids, you know, hurting each other, which 4 kids, trust me, they've had their little arguments. I don't go around hating my kids. Hell, just trying to figure out which one was telling me the truth was a challenge, you know. So it's like, I had to be loving, not hateful, towards my children. And this girl, you know, the mother of the universe, is hating. You know, if we are her children because she's the mother, then she's hating her kids. So it's like, what kind of mother is that? Anyways, it's a wild, wild trip. Just had another comment about these solar flares that are coming. I posted Joe Trainer, I think his name is. Joe Smoking Trainer, I think it is. He's a pretty logical guy. I kind of like watching him because he really seems to be looking for truth, although it's challenging for him to find it. He's still trying to understand it and looking in all the wrong places, you know, going to those radio stations that are bullshitting. But I do find that he does eventually find out the truth. So that's why occasionally I do tune into what he's got to say, because I kind of, you know, watch his development, and he definitely is finding his way, and he's really paying attention to the sun, and that's something that we need to pay attention. But anyways, I posted a comment on there about cause and effect, and if we want to understand solar flares and cause and effect, what's affecting these solar flares, and why are we attracting? And then some guy ended up saying, oh, the law of attraction is just a bullshit scam. And it's like, no, that is the truth. Every one of us are like antennas. We send and receive information. And we all act like magnets. If you smile and you're happy, you will attract more people that will smile and happy. Generally, though, you will attract angry people who want a piece of your happiness. So, you know, but you can just see that if you're crying, what are you going to attract? You know, like, is somebody going to, you know, are you going to attract a whole pile of happy people when you're crying and complaining all the time? You have to understand how you attract what it is you attract. Anyways, this guy was saying that all of these kids that are starving in third world countries, and you know, all of these horrible things that are being done to people. He says, I hardly think that they're asking for it. And it's like, excuse me, I was abused as a child. I was abused in my marriage. Definite huge abuse when I left abuse. Abuse kind of gets angry when you leave them. And I didn't understand this. This is something that I really wanted to understand, because I could attract positive, amazing miracles. I attracted a house within 2 weeks with no money, no credit, no income, nothing, in the most expensive area. I wanted an airbrush and said, hey, God's mailing me an airbrush. Had a lot of fun with that. 2 weeks later, an airbrush was mailed to me. These kind of things were happening to me all my life. At the same time, I'm attracting a hell of a lot of abuse. So I wanted to study the sciences that explains this, so I could have a little bit more control over it. And lo and behold, I figured out why I was attracting the abuse. And it was coming from me. It's a hard pill to swallow. And, you know, those that are attracting negative experiences have to get some information so that they'll stop attracting it. It is karma. That's all it is. If you cannot believe in, you know, if you think the law of attraction is bullshit, then, which the description and how the law of attraction works, there's a great deal of information there. You can't just, oh, I want $1 million and $1 million will come to you. There's a parallel world that we have to understand. It's the conscious and subconscious world. And the web bots are definitely showing us that subconsciously we know what's going on. Consciously, we haven't got a clue. But if we listen to our subconscious minds, we can see exactly what's happening. And if we can see exactly what's happening, then we can prevent it. But we have to connect with that parallel world. And you'll never do it as long as you can't face truth. You can't have the conversation. And for somebody to say that it's bullshit and it's just a, you know, a scam and all of that shit, then you're just not looking for truth. That's your conscious mind not wanting truth. Your subconscious mind wants the answer because you attracted me to be there. You paid attention to my post to be able to reply to it. So obviously something within inside you paid attention. I mean, there's a billion things on the planet going on. Why did you see me? You know, there's a reason for that, because you're focused on that. And, you know, there's a whole pile of other people that view a channel but don't see my posts and don't comment or don't reply. But the ones that do have attracted it because they wanted to see it. Every single thing in the universe is there. But the only thing that's going to be real to you is what you pay attention to and say, aha, there it is. But there's a lot of other things that are invisible because you're not even looking at it. You can't see it. You can't comprehend it. So I do see this as somewhat of a bit of an insanity going on, that your subconscious mind wants to find out the truth, but your conscious mind wants to say it's a lie. And it's like, when you're ready to hear the truth, then you'll have the conversation, because I sure as hell don't mind explaining it. But, you know, when it gets to the name calling, it's like, okay, you're just not ready to hear the truth yet. But anybody that wants to hear the truth, hell, there's, what, over 800 videos that I'm trying to explain it all free. Because it's power. As soon as you know the truth, as soon as you know the power that you hold, then you have all the control. You can create whatever karma you want to create just because you know how to work it. But life didn't come with instruction books. We have to figure it out ourselves. Peace.